Hey everyone, it's Angelica Alen here. Today I'm going to be talking about my menu. This is what I eat each week with my family. I've got 2 kids, they're 10 and 8, and my husband, we all eat in this way. There is some adaptations that I'm going to be talking about that you can do as well. I do not believe that everybody needs to follow this to the T, but I do believe there is some common themes that can help you to feel more energy physically and mentally, right? So just not to overwhelm you, you're going to have a guide here, with a shopping list and with recipes, but obviously changing things drastically from one way to another way, from 0 to 100, it can be quite challenging. And what happens is like a diet thing, right? People go on a diet and then a week later they go back to their old ways, or 6 weeks later they go back to old ways. My coaching is very much based on lifestyle changes for the good. I want you to really look at this as in like, what can I do each week, from this moment on, as opposed to I'm just going to do this for 6 weeks and see how I feel, right? Because nothing that you do for a period of time has long-lasting results. So just think about this as like, I want to change my habits, the way that I really look at food, my relationship with food. This is going to give you this guidance here, right? And it's really important to have a plan here. Most people fail because they don't plan. They believe that they're going to wake up on Monday morning wanting to exercise and eat healthy, and guess what? If they haven't done that for 20 years, they're not going to do it on the Monday, right? So this is really a plan that you can follow, something that you can think in advance, prepare in advance, and make it happen. So just to make it easy to simplify your life and to make the changing habits an easy process for you. So I would suggest, that if you've been eating unhealthy for a long time, that you choose one recipe a week, as opposed to, I'm going to do this whole thing, from day one. It's really important to kind of gently start introducing different habit changes, and if you're already eating, somewhat healthy, maybe you can, introduce 2 recipes a week, but do what works for you, right? So there is a general shopping list as well with ingredients that you should have in your cupboard, and all you need to buy is the fresh, vegetables and fruits each week. That's what I do. If you are wanting to see real change, I would ask you to commit to this at a minimum of 6 weeks, because you will guarantee feel the results. If you're looking to getting, more energy, if you're looking to get more mental clarity, if you're looking to feel emotionally better, this is definitely gonna improve all of those aspects in your life. But you need to have the consistency of a minimum of 6 weeks. It takes the body some time to detox from, all the, foods that you've been eating that perhaps don't serve you, and it takes the body to start building up that again, okay? So it kind of, think about the food is our building blocks. If your building blocks have been somewhat, not as strong, the body needs to build those building blocks again with strong materials, right? So it's very important for you to eat often and don't let your body get completely depleted. Like you aim at, perhaps every 2.5 hours you eat something. This is an indication here, like the plan is to eat in 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in between, morning snack and an afternoon snack. I believe that, there is a big talk about intermittent fasting. I believe intermittent fast is excellent, but not for somebody who is not very healthy and somebody who is struggling, to change their diet, from somebody who's already feeling, lots of signs in their body. I think that, this will get you back into balance, and then afterwards you can look at intermittent fasting. Okay, so that's my thought on it, my 2 cents on it. Like I said, this is, I share what I still eat today, and I have gotten some incredible results, and I have gotten my clients some incredible results as well, right? And the thing is, like, if you don't eat well during the day, what happens is you're going to be starving at night. And this is why most people struggle, to lose weight, because what happens is, they go on a diet during the day and they eat their whole house at night. So if you eat often and little, you're keeping your body at a level that it doesn't go down too much, and having to recover every time from this kind of ups and downs that, you put the body through if you're doing some sort of diet, or if you're doing some sort of, even unconsciously, if you're too busy to eat and things like that, that can take a toll on the body. If the body doesn't know when it's going to get food next, if the body is being pushed to the limit, like to work, to go to the gym without food, right? I think it's really important to highlight that, if you eat too much of one thing, even if it's healthy, it's not good for anybody, right? So I do not eat 3 bananas. I would eat 1 banana and 1 apple, for example. I do not eat, 3 cucumbers. I'll eat 1 cucumber and 1 tomato. So just keep that in mind and plan, and, throughout the day, some variety on whatever you have in your cupboard. Guys, it's important for you to trust me. If you follow this, you will feel amazing. I can guarantee this to you. Be kind to yourself in this process. Change takes time. This is not a weight loss program. I do not believe in weight loss programs. I believe in changing your relationship with food, with your body, with yourself, with your soul and mind, and with everything, as opposed to just, doing something to lose weight. Obviously, I've been on a massive journey of recovering from stage 3 bowel cancer. What I went through was really beyond of, what my outside body was going to look like. I needed to really look at my body, with very, very close eyes, at a cellular level. For me, I'm very passionate about health, on the inside and out. But when I search, around nutrition and a plan for myself, at the beginning when I read loads and loads about nutrition, for me, the most important thing is to live a long life where I am able and capable to doing everything that I want to do, right? Like, think about the little lady that is 90 years old, and she can go for a walk and she can cook for herself. She can do everything for herself. This is who I want to be, right? So my plan is a long-term plan. It's not a weight loss program. So the focus here is really on health and wellness, and for the long term. This is a shopping list here. For 6 weeks you can have this in your cupboard. I'm not going to go through this, so you just read through it and you buy some of it and you have already in your cupboard, and then all you do is just to go into the shops to get your fresh vegetables and your fresh fruit. So now for breakfast, I eat porridge every day. Depends where you are. You can eat them hot or cold. My porridge is like a big bowl, as you see here in the picture. I add frozen berries, cinnamon. I make it with almond milk, so there is no dairy, there is no animal product in my menu, and the reason for that is that animal product is very inflammatory, right? Inflammation is, causes all sorts of different problems in our bodies, like cancer is one of them, all of the chronic diseases, and I read loads and loads and loads about it. If you believe in the keto diet, this is probably not for you. I believe in eating whole foods that come from the ground and not from animals. This is, after all the research that I did, and I did not only research about cancer, for me, this is what I believe. This is, what works for me, like I said, for my clients, and I've seen some incredible results, right? So you can eat the porridge hot or cold. If it's cold, you can soak the oats overnight and you just add whatever you want. Everything plays an important part into the food, right? Like the nuts, if you're wanting to add nuts, the seeds, the cinnamon, everything has power in it. Don't underestimate the power of the cinnamon, the chia seeds, the blueberries. Everything has power in it. So I'm really, getting myself, at the start of the day with something that is nutritious, that I know that it's really, really giving me all the nutrition that I need, to start my day. I work really hard. I have already exercised by the time I eat my porridge. So I need, my brain to be working at a full capacity. So, this is why for me it's important to start my day like this. Okay, so that is breakfast. Or if you don't want like porridge or oats, you can make a shake, again with almond milk, or you can use oat or coconut milk, any plant-based milk, and any frozen berries. The banana will always make it sweet. You can add avocado, spinach, frozen mangoes to some of the things that I would add. Again, don't overcomplicate this. The banana will give all the sweetness that you need. Anything else that you add, like even the spinach, you're not even gonna taste it, right? So just, make your shake, have it planned what you're gonna add to it. Sometimes I can get avocados. I can't get avocados all the time. So if I have avocados, I'll add avocados. Mostly I eat porridge. Sometimes I drink a shake as well. So see what's best for you and apply it. Lunch, very simply, I eat a massive salad, right? The salad has always a portion of carbohydrates, which is a roasted sweet potatoes, butternut squash, pumpkin, or white potatoes. Again, that's to give me the fuel, the energy, to keep going. I have a busy life with 2 kids and everything else, my business and everything else that I run a puppy. So, I eat a salad not only with green leafy vegetables. There is a carb portion and there is also a protein, which comes from half a cup of lentils, or beans or chickpeas or whatever I have. I can sometimes use that from tins, or sometimes that I have already cooked myself, right, from scratch. And everything else that I add is whatever it's in my fridge: tomatoes, cucumber, grated carrots, courgette, pepper, broccoli. Sometimes I can roast things like broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, or I can even steam them, right? Again, don't overcomplicate this process. This is very, very simple. It will take you about 5 to 7 minutes to cut everything, put it in your plate. If you roast the potatoes in advance, while you're cooking dinner, you have that in the fridge, you add to your salad, and that is it, right? The dressing is not a store-bought dressing. It's salt, olive oil, oregano, and lemon juice. That is it. Again, everything that is bought in store is full of sugar and preservatives and all sorts of things that I do not want in my body. So that is an example of some salads here. You can see that some lentils there, some, raw vegetables that I had. Obviously the corn, I cooked that. The pepper, I cooked that. The mushrooms, the green beans, I cooked that too. Or you can have a soup, depending on where you're at. It's nice to eat something warm, if it's really cold outside. Again, don't overcomplicate this. This was a watercress soup that I made with one potato, watercress, onion, and garlic. Don't overcomplicate this process. Perhaps soup is something that you want to make in advance, so it doesn't take you too long, and then you can take and freeze, make a couple of portions and freeze one of them. Now, dinners. The dinners are all plant-based. Now, I'm not saying that you need to eat all plant-based. You can add, meat to any of my dinners, right? But I would advise you, if you want to, get into the mindset of, building that long-term health and feeling more energy, and really taking control of the inflammation in your body, and if you're already feeling signs on your body, to introduce as little meat as you can. So I would say a balance of 3 days animal product and 4 days plant-based dinner, and a whole diet will be a good balance, right? The problem with animal product is that we eat animal product from breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and there is very little space in ourselves to eat anything else, plants or vegetables and fruit. Even though we think we're eating healthy, by the time you eat like a steak, you eat a little bit of potatoes and you might have a tiny bit of salad, right? So we need to kind of really change that balance. That is the objective of this. So most of my dinners are, curries. There's lots of spices and, stews and things like that. There is also, always like the protein, like with the lentils or chickpeas or anything like that. But it's packed with vegetables and packed with goodness, right? So there is lots of examples here with pictures, and I know it's important to have the pictures so you know what it looks like. But this is what I eat with my family. This is what I advise my clients to eat. Like I said, you don't have to eat this to the T, but it's important for you to really change the balance. The answer is there for you. If you're not feeling well, if you're not waking up full of energy, you need to change something. That is definitely an indicator of whatever you're eating is not working for you, right? So after all of the dinners, you have some examples here of snacks. Again, the snacks in the morning or in the afternoon. Most likely I eat a piece of fruit in the morning, and in the afternoon I could be eating something like a piece of toast, sourdough with homemade plant-based pesto, or you can make some protein balls or a banana bread. And when people talk about this is like really full of goodness, this banana bread, and people talk about, banana has too much sugar, or dates, like this banana and date biscuits. Look guys, the reality is if you stop eating anything that comes from packages that is full of sugar, you can eat whatever you want that comes from nature, right? This is my my views on it, and it has worked really well for me. I feel the healthiest I've ever been at 42. I advise my clients to doing the same. You know, I think it's important for us to eat a balance, and I did not want to take fruit away from my diet. I believe fruits are a very, very important part of our diets. There is lots of enzymes and nutrition that we need, you know, from fruits. And you know, there is here an example as well of like some savory snacks as well, which is an aubergine pickle, which is delicious if you put on top of sourdough, for example. And here another sweet, you know, snack, a banana and dark chocolate muffin. So guys, I hope this is helpful to you. I would love to hear how you get on, to see, you know, if it has made a difference. Like I said, you know, stick to it for at least 6 weeks. If you are already feeling signs on your body, I would like you to try to stick into this as much as you can, because I am pretty confident you will feel a difference. Well, thank you so much for being here, and I will speak to you very, very soon. Take care.